Today we are gonna get unclockable, unclockable. I feel like I always think I can sing in these videos, but I really can't. So as you guys seen in the title and on the thumbnail, I'm gonna be doing the stocking cap method featuring a few items. So I'm gonna be using a brown stocking cap. You guys let me know what you guys think. Should I use the brown stocking cap to fit my skin tone? Should I use the tan stocking cap, which is so much lighter, and then use my custom foundation powder to match my skin tone? Should I use a regular old school black one? What do you guys use? Because I feel like I go back and forth. Sometimes I'm into the black ones, sometimes I'm into the tan ones with my foundation, sometimes I'm into the brown ones. Mostly the brown ones, but sometimes I just feel like the brown ones don't make my lace pop. Anyways, I'm going to be using this beautiful wavy deep wave 360 lace wig. This is 18 inches and I do have it linked down below. Now if you're on a beach somewhere, if you're poolside, if you're day party this spring, you know people are going to be asking you where you got your hair from. So make sure you check it out. And of course you got to add a little bit of oil sheen to make it look wet when it's not wet. I hate wet hair. Like when I'm out, I don't want my hair wet, but I want it to look wet. So the trick to that is oil sheen. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys how to do the stocking cap method. You're going to see exactly how I do it, step to step. This is definitely time consuming, so I'm going to speed through. And I'm going to just use the, and you're going to see in the video what I'm going to do step by step, very, very, very detailed. And I'm going to give you my verdict in the end, whether I think this is a good technique, if you need it, you don't need it. I'm going to be using the yellow Got To Be Glued to do my stocking cap method. I'm going to be aided with the freeze spray, so make sure you guys have these ready to go. I'm also going to use the black one to do my baby hair because this one I cannot live without. So go ahead and stay tuned. Let's jump into this video. I'm also going to show you what product I use to style the hair. And yeah, so I'm going to jump into the video and then I'll be back with my thoughts on this hair.
So you know the drill, we're going to start completely from scratch. This wig came in that little plastic bag. This is the texture of the hair. Naturally, I know, it's so gorgeous. 18 inch, I believe it's loose wave or deep wave. I'll have it linked down below. The traditional cap, you have your comb in the back, adjustable straps, 3 combs in the front. I'm going to cut those combs out. This is what the wig looks like on. I was not going to do the stocking cap method, but you can see my cap through. The reason you can see this is because the band on these wig caps are very thin, or I'm sorry, very thick rather. So it makes it to where you can see it. So we pretty much want to be unclockable. The only way to do that is to do this stocking cap method that everyone is doing, and it's going to help to remove that thick old band and make it look like the lace is melting out of your skin. This wig here fits super tight and snug. I was going to add an elastic band, but it wasn't needed. So because the wig fits perfect, I did not add the elastic band. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the lace. One step I made is before I did cut off the lace, I should have went ahead and customized the hairline and made the baby hair. That way, whenever I finish adding the Got To Be Glued to my hairline and to the stocking cap, I could have just put it on and it could have been done. So word to the wise, next time, customize the hairline on the wig first, and then don't customize the hairline after you've already applied it. So here you see I've pretty much cut off the lace. I also like to cut the lace in an angle, kind of jag it a little bit. I just don't want it to be perfectly across so that you can barely see it. So this is the wig cap I have on. This is one of the tan wig caps. I know it looks a little bit darker on the camera. I went ahead and added some foundation powder so it looks closer to my skin tone. And I'm going to take one thick layer of the Got To Be Glued gel. I used a really thick layer, and I should have also used a brush to apply. One thing I noticed is that my wig cap felt really, really thick. So it felt like the gel was not really touching my hairline or my skin. But I went ahead and fanned it anyway. I'm going to go off camera and let it dry. I let it dry for about 30, maybe even 40 minutes, and it got really sticky, but it wasn't completely dry. I was a little bit confused because I really couldn't tell if it was sticking the way it should, but I went ahead anyway and added my second layer. Do use a brush. Also, wait to put the foundation powder on at the very end. So you're going to see it's going to look very thick and messy and cakey. It's because I have that color foundation powder that's going to be moving around in the gel, and that was a no-no. So I believe I let the second layer dry for about 40 minutes. I want to say 40 minutes to an hour. It still felt like it wasn't completely dry, but it was like, yo, I'm getting tired. I don't want to fall asleep. So we're going to go ahead and cut it off. Try to cut as close as you can to your hairline. Don't use kitchen scissors. They might be too thick and big. Also, be careful not to cut your skin or your hair. I don't think I cut any hair, but if I did, it wasn't really that bad. Also, make sure that you put the gel a little bit angled down around your sideburns if you want those sideburns to stay. Also, one thing I noticed when cutting the lace, this cap just seemed very thick. I didn't know if it was just me and all caps are that thick or what it was, but it just felt like it was like 2 layers of cap. And it was really, really hard to make that lay down. So I'm going to try and use the back of a comb to kind of brush some of that old glue down to make it lay around the edges. One tip I've definitely learned from this experience is to go ahead and do the stocking cap method the night before you need it. That way it can dry overnight, and just put like a bonnet or a scarf over. That way it can completely dry overnight, because it did not completely dry, and each layer for me dried at least 30 minutes to an hour. So I'm going to use a little bit of the Got2b Blast Freeze Spray. I believe that's what it's called. I'll have it linked down below. Many have said that this is a great aid in helping to stick it down, and I think so too. And I kind of just wiped off the edges a little bit. Instead of using an old shirt, try to use your alcohol. I believe you're supposed to use the 90%. Also, use a blow dryer on a cool setting. This is also another thing that'll help. As you can see, I'm ready to go ahead and put the wig on. I've already cut out the 3 combs that were in the lace. They just in the way. I'm going to use this airbrush leg spray from Sally Hansen's. I picked it up online. I have it linked down below. I forget what color I used, but this color works perfect to make the lace appear to be bleached. Or the knots appear to be bleached, rather. The only thing about this is you'll see a little bit of white, like right there on the sides of the wig. So it kind of looks a little bit messy right there, because it did bleed through just a little bit. So that kind of made it look messy. Also, I thought I was about to just put it down and it was going to stick, but obviously I let it dry, duh. So I'm going to add a layer of the black Got2b glue gel and a little bit of the Blast Freeze Spray, and allow that to get sticky. Probably about 2 to 3 minutes. I was very impatient and over it at this point. So feel free to be a little bit more neat so yours doesn't look as messy. Usually when people get to this point, the lace looks flawless because they went ahead and pre-plucked all their lace and laid the baby hair beforehand. I didn't get the memo, so I look like a granny right now. Basically the granny emoji. But you're going to see I'm going to snatch the heck out of this wig nonetheless. So the hairline definitely needed to be tweezed here. You can see you get about 5 or 6 inches of parting space, which is a bonus. I'm absolutely loving this hair. So I went ahead and styled it off camera, and this was the results.
So I went ahead and finessed this hair off of camera just because I really didn't know what I was doing. So first of all, I wasn't even planning on doing the stocking cap method. I was just going to do my normal routine. But I promised you guys beforehand that I was going to try the stocking cap method, and I've been putting it off just because I've had my reservations of like, is it worth it? Is it not worth it to do the stocking cap method? And you know, all of that. And then I put my cap on and then I just went for it. First of all, let me say that, how do I say this? First of all, let me go through the steps. So first of all, the cap that I used, isn't this hair so pretty? This hair is so gorgeous. Like, I had another wig I was wearing. I was wearing my wig with the cornrows, but I think I'm going to just stick to this because this is so gorgeous. Like, this makes me look so good. I have not put any powder in the parting. I did not bleach the knots. I used this right here, and this is the leg spray, the airbrush leg spray from Sally Hansen's in the color Medium Glow. I'll have it linked down below, but you guys seen I just sprayed the inside. And it did really good with the parting. You know I'm extra, so I'm going to go ahead and add some powder anyway, because I like my powder to pop, pop, pop. But first of all, excuse me for the cap that I used, the wig cap that I had on, I've been wearing probably for over a week now. I was about to change it because I have so many wig caps. I have literally like wig caps galore. So I was sitting here, I like literally have a bag, a wholesale bag of them. I have wig caps everywhere, literally everywhere. Like literally everywhere. So I was gonna change out the wig cap, and then I decided, you know what, I'm about to cut the wig cap, so there's no need to use a fresh one. I'm gonna add powder to it to match my skin, and I'm gonna cut it. So it's probably no need to use a fresh one, and I definitely think I should have because it just got really messy. I used a brown wig cap, which is kind of touch and go. Like, I feel like it's the same color as my skin, but sometimes it doesn't make my lace pop. And so a lot of times I'll just use these light ones since I already have them and just color match them with my foundation for the perfect color. But sometimes I like those, sometimes I like regular black ones, sometimes I like the brown ones, sometimes I like the blonde ones. That's just the one I happen to have on under the wig I had on before this. And it did not work out. It just felt like the wig cap was a little bit too thick. I'm not sure which brand I use because I have like a bunch from different brands, and I've had that one on for a while. But it just seems like when I was cutting it, it was like it was 2 layers. Like I was like, do I have 2 wig caps on? And I didn't. So it kind of felt like, even though I was putting thick layers of this Got To Be glue on, it just felt like it really wasn't getting to my scalp and my skin. And you guys seen that I was literally laying it on, so I don't know what that was about, but I did do a layer. I went ahead and made like half of a wig and let it dry. I did a second layer. I finished that wig, fed my daughter and all that stuff because I really wanted the cap to dry before I cut it, and it still felt like it wasn't necessarily dry enough. So after I cut it off around my ear, I felt like at the ear tabs or like the sideburns, I cut too high, so I didn't have any cap there to cover for the sideburns. So that was a mess up that I need to realize for the next time, to make sure I go lower with the Got To Be glue to get right there those sideburns, and make sure I can cut a little bit of the cap on there. So basically the verdict is, I don't really think this is necessary for me. I feel like it was way too many steps to get the same result that I would have gotten anyway. Because I feel like when I get in the shower tonight, it's going to just come right up again. Now, the lace does look flawless. Don't get me wrong for 1 second. It does look nice. But basically, if I'm going to do the stocking cap method, I'm going to use it as step 1 when I use an actual bond like Ghost Bond or Bold Hold. I do have a shopping cart for Bold Hold that I need to get through because I am going to do my Ghost Bond tutorial tomorrow. It's probably going to go up Sunday. And then next week when that wears off, I'm going to do my Bold Hold tutorial to see which one I like more. But ultimately, I don't think this stocking cap method is for me. I'm definitely going to try it a few more times and perfect it. I definitely feel like when you try a new technique and it doesn't go well, we always say it's not for me. So I'm definitely going to try it one more time before I give it my full verdict. So I'm definitely going to give it another shot or 2. Maybe I'll do that on the camera so that you guys can see the evolution and see if I change my mind about it. As of right now, I would just say that I'd rather just continue to do what I always do and just use the black Got To Be glue gel to do my baby hair. And when my baby hair dries, it kind of secures the lace. But I feel like this was too much work and it took too long to dry for this to be something that's gonna rinse off or loosen up probably when I get in the shower, because to me it always loosens up. I guess I get my head too wet in the shower. I don't know what I do different from everybody else. So yeah, other than that, the hair held up amazing. This hair is so gorgeous. I actually wish I would have gotten it in a longer length because you guys know I love my long hair. I mean, this is pretty and it is definitely very flattering to me, but of course I would have loved it in a longer length, and it does come in longer lengths. I just opted for 18-inch this time. It is a 360 lace wig, so you're going to be able to put it high up in ponytails and buns, which I had it in a bun in the beginning. I love how the lace actually fits because it is a 360 lace wig. So they did a great job at making this to fit my actual head, so I'm not using any elastic, which I've been able to do lately. I feel like companies are stepping it up and making the wigs fit good enough that you don't need the elastic, which is a plus. And yeah, I don't really have any complaints. I'll have this wig linked down below. Again, it is 18 inches. It looks a little bit shorter because it's curly, obviously, but this is absolutely a gorgeous wig. If you're going to be out, you're definitely going to get compliments. People are going to be asking you where you got your hair because this one looks really, 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 really good. This is deep wave hair. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends. Also, don't forget to hit that bell button so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. There will be a wig sale. I was going to do it this weekend, but I'm just going to wait till next weekend. Full of wigs, so make sure that you are subscribed and notifications are on so you'll know. You'll see that the announcement video with all the details on that. I know you guys are feeling this wig, so make sure you check out Mslynn. I have the link down below for you guys to check out. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.